Justice's social media accounts are so aggressively defending Donald Trump. No, exonerating him and preemptively defending him about everything with his name on it, especially what came out in the last 24 hours, including what they're now calling a quote-unquote fake letter handwritten by a fake Jeffrey Epstein that throws Donald Trump under the bus about his love for young girls. Fake letter, folks, not me. But they've already had time. So they want us to believe the FBI, the Department of Justice, has had time to do a full investigation about everything about Donald Trump, and they haven't even finished reviewing the documents, and they're already late? How did they have time to exonerate him already? Well, now we know, because Axios is reporting that the White House, Trump, is controlling the Department of Justice's social media accounts. Of course. We have a completely not independent Department of Justice that's turned over the keys to its social media accounts to let Donald Trump himself and the people around him write their postings. Everybody in the Department of Justice, leadership level starting first, should resign immediately. They are corrupt. They operate with corrupt intent. Don't look the American people in the eye, tell them it's raining and pee down their leg. Don't tell them that you've exonerated Donald Trump. Did you exonerate Bill Clinton? Did you exonerate former Prince Andrew? Did you exonerate anybody else that's in there? No, just Donald Trump. You're on Midas Touch. You broke this story, and on Legal AF. But now we've got the key that unlocks the door. Trump is calling from inside the house. He's running the social media account for Department of Justice. That's easy. You just write anything you want. FBI has cleared me. Department of Justice has cleared me. Doesn't work in a courtroom, doesn't work in a courthouse, but I guess it works on a social media post that gets 3 million views before people figure out that you're pulling the strings. This is like ventriloquism when I was a kid. There's a dummy on Donald Trump's lap. Her name is Pam Bondi or Todd Blanche. And he's got his hand firmly up her backside and he's manipulating what she says in social media. That's it, folks. Thank you, Axios. Thank you, Midas Touch, for letting me do this hot take. Let's get into it. There's reporting that there's another 700,000 pages, and then the Trump administration is done with the Epstein release. Yeah, we'll see about that. We've got survivors led by people like Lisa Phillips working with Legal AF, who say, not so fast. We've got our own files. We got 1,200 victims, survivors. We're putting our own notes together, and we got a thing or two to say about whether you're done or not. And there's also a control pile of documents that aren't controlled by the White House that the Democrats have their hands on the Oversight Committee, obtained from the Epstein estate. I call it the control file, because if what's in here, the control file, isn't released by Donald Trump, the Oversight Committee is going to release it for them. Now, I start seeing nevertheless, we're producing these documents. But then they go further about the handwritten letter, right? That is to Epstein, or somebody masquerading as Epstein, 10 years ago, in an envelope, to Larry Nassar. Now, we know from other reporting that Epstein was a pen pal and friends with Larry Nassar, a child sex abuser as a doctor of the women's gymnastics team, Olympics gymnastics team. So somebody knew that. Somebody wrote in blue ink and said, our president also shares our love of young nubile girls. When a young beauty walked by, he loved to grab, snatch. An obvious reference, pornographic reference to the P word that Donald Trump said he grabbed in his Access Hollywood audio. Now, I don't know whether this is or isn't an authentic document, but neither does the FBI in record time. I've been involved with authentic or inauthentic document cases, what we call questioned document cases. It takes months to get an expert to run all the tests, to get all the samples, the exemplars of signatures, to do a compare and contrast, to look at the ink, to look at the paper, to look at the envelope, to look at, track record of where it ended up. So how could they have possibly done that in overnight? They didn't. Now, this is what they say about the Epstein letter. First, they said there are things about the Epstein letter that appear to question its authenticity. Like, all right, postmark is off, didn't have Jeffrey.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is the place where we break down power, politicals, and the truth clear, honestly, and without fear. Today's story is not just about another headlines. It is not just another Trump controversy. This movement may go down as one of the most disturbing political department in recent American history. Donald Trump is one against under massive pressures, legal pressures, political pressures, and public pressures. And according to multiple reporters, he did not handle it well. In fact, many observers say Trump slipped out of control, showing behaviors that released serious questions about power, accountability, and the role of law. Let's talk about what happens, why it matters, and what could come next. Okay, pressure is Donald Trump is facing multiple legal challenges at the same time. Criminal cases, civil cases, investigations at both the state and federal levels. For more people, that these words be overwhelming. For Trump's, this pressure has tried sometimes illegals public outbrushed against statement and increasing attack on the judge systems itself. Instead of defending himself calmly in court, Trump has chosen choice to fight in public, use anger and fear to energize his base. But these strategies may be break fairings. Legal experts say Donald Trump behaviors look less like confidence and more like panic. The DOJ conservations. At the center of the stormers is the Department of Justice. The DOJ is supported to be independent. It is not meant to serve any president, former president, or political party. Its exacts to serve the constitutions and the American people. But recent attentions and massing leaks to Trump create shock away account politicals and legal circles. Cities say Trump acted as if the DOJ were his personal tools, not public institutions. That's present patience alone is extremely dangerous when a public figure appears to influencers or control the judge system. Democracy itself it at risk. Why this choosing a lie? This is where things get serious. It is United States. No one is above the law. No billionaires, no celebrators, no even former president. When Trump attacks mm, prosecutors, judge, and investigators, he is not just defending him. He is attacking the system that's protest democracy. Legal scholars warn that this kind of behavior undermines trust in institutions, encourage political violence, normalize abuse of power. History showed us that democracy do not collapse overnight. They collapse when people stop repeating the rule of law. And many believe Trump recent attacking push America close to the danger zones. Trump tone angry, fears, and defend. Let's talk about Trump tones. Observers noticed some things very important. Trump did not sound calm. He do not sound confident. He suddenly angry, defensive, and emotional. Physiologists and political analysts say this matters when leaders feel scares. The pressure facts when leaders feel mm, tensed. They attack institutions. Trump language suggests to feel cornered. Instead of explain, evidence he across everyone else of corporations. Instead of answers questions, he changed the subject. This behavior is not strength, it is fear. Legal experts sound the alarm. Legal experts across the political supremes and warned that Trump may be making his situations warns. Every people statement can be used in court investigations as advance to intent. Some experts say Trump actions could support claims of observations of justice, observe of power, writings, intimations. In other words, the more Trump talk, the deeper the hold becomes. It is not about politicians anymore. This is about law, evidence, and conclusions. The politicals blackish. The reaction was swift and tensy. Democrats call the situations uh, dangerous and unacceptable. Independent expect serious concerns about democracy. Even some Republicans admitted quality of publicly that this want to for social media explode with debates. One message appeared again and again: the justice system must remain independent. When that independence is transparency, the entire country pay the price. Trump stressed legal the base. So why does Trump do this? Simple. Trump strategy has always been to create choice, control the narrative, turns legal troubles into political threats. By attacking the DOJ, Trump sent a message to his supporters: I am being attacking, not held accountability. But this strategy is risky. Court do not care about uh, lies. Just judge do not care about social media. uh, Evidence spoke louder than anger. The dangerous are normalized these behaviors. One of the most wrong part of this history is normalizing. If America accept that a powerful figure can attack prosecutors, judge pressure institutions, then democracy weakness, the rule of law department on public trust. Once that trust is going, choice follows. This is why experts say this movement is bigger than Trump. It is about the future of American democracy. What could happen next? Looking ahead, several outcomes are possible. Legal consequences increase. uh, Trump actions may strength cases against him, political conclusions grow, independent voters may turn away. Institutional residents herds, judge or protesters may respond more formally. One thing is clear: this story is far more our a movement of accountability. America has faced movement like his before, movement when powerful figures test the systems. Each time the question was the same: does the law appeal to everyone? This movement will test that principle against will accountability win, or will power, especially justice. The answer will shape history. Final thought: why this message? This is not about losings or hittings. Sorry, this is not about livings or hitting trumps. It is about values, democracy, accountability, rule of law. When leaders lose control, institutions must hold frames. The justice system must not behind, the constitutions must not break, and the America people deserve the truth. If you believe in truth our power, law our choice, and democracy our fear, make sure you like the video and subscribe the channel. And thank you for watching my full video.